Good evening and welcome to another edition of HGP Sport. For today, I'm Jaden Samuels. Thanks for joining us. We'll start with cycling news. The mining community of Bartica, after years of waiting, will pedal off its first major cycling meet set for March 16. The meet will feature the country's top cyclists and includes BMX races in the 6 to 9 and 9 to 12 categories. Here are the details. This event will be the first of its kind in the community, a byproduct of good collaboration between the Guyana Cycling Federation and the Mayor and Town Council of Bartica as they seek to expand the sport there. The best of the nation's cyclists, including seniors, juniors, and veterans, will all be heading to Bartica to ensure their names are carved in the history books for what is anticipated to be an exciting day of action. The race will pedal off at 1st and 3rd Avenues and will proceed south along 1st Avenue, right onto 6th Street, left onto 4th Avenue, left onto 8th Street, left onto 2nd Avenue, and will finish at 2nd Avenue and 3rd Street. Over $400,000 in cash along with other incentives will be at stake for the top 6 seniors, top 3 juniors and the masters, with 20 sprint prizes up for the taking. Mayor of Bartica, Gifford Marshall, has expressed delight at being able to work with the Guyana Cycling Federation to bring off such an event that is long overdue. The mayor mentioned that the town council is very excited for what would be a memorable day of cycling where our youths and even the not-so-young would have an opportunity to see Guyana's best cyclists in action on our roads. Marshall reiterated that the council is working towards pushing sports and getting youths involved across the board. GCF President Horace Burrows has commended the efforts of the mayor and town council for agreeing to partner with the federation for the event, which he noted would be satisfying for all. Burrows has also charged all cyclists to come out and bring their A game to the meet, which has been a long time in coming. Jaden Samuels, HGP Sport. In the meantime, it's not a walk in the park for the Guyana Committee of Services. Speaking with HGP Sport, the non-governmental organization reveals that the task is tall, but the business community can make this much easier. Here are the details. The Guyana Committee of Services, which has been functioning just over 3 years, is an NGO that provides assistance to athletes and artists. Journalists, athletes and their coaches, businessmen and artists got together to assist boxing champion Clive Atwell when he needed medical treatment abroad, and they were successful and decided to keep the ball rolling. The committee focuses mainly on the requirements of athletes, particularly those selected to compete abroad, but it has been an uphill task without the help of the business community. Speaking with HGP Sport, Vice Chairman of the GCS, Lyndon Jumbie Jones, believes the committee, despite its challenges, will expand and be of better service towards the development of sports in Guyana.
We know very well that we cannot support and help all the sportsmen and women in Guyana. We choose according to our members, we come together and we decide who we can help and at what time according to our resources. And that is how we do it. We do it randomly as to who we can help. We look for current things as well, like, the athletes are now preparing to go to the Junior Crafter game again, and we always want to support them.
The Vice Chairman also mentioned that the committee is currently running off a variety of events to raise funds to assist athletes, and that no member of the Guyana Committee of Services gets any personal financial gain from the proceeds of the events run off by the organization, but souls for volunteering are few.
Volunteering is very, very hard. We experience a lot of challenges because even our members, and that is one of the reasons for our postponement of the raffle. We didn't get the support of our members coming out because we use our popular status. We've got quite a lot of famous people in the group. we deliberately target those people because with their faces, things can happen, you know. So myself and a few of my, if you will call celebrity friends, we decided to form this group so that we can put our faces out there, faces that the public is familiar with, to help and to come and give up their services. But what we find happening, because it's not a paid job, and there are times when we are doing activities, we sometimes are overloaded with the burden.
Jaden Samuels, Hgp Sport. Hockey action resumed with wins for GCC Vintage and Bounty GCC in the Farfan Mendez Men's First Division League. Stanford Howard reports.
The doubleheader after the Republic Day celebration saw the powerful GCC Vintage and Supernova going head-to-head with Vintage striking first through a penalty corner 4 minutes into play, thanks to national player Orson Ferguson. Vintage continued to apply the pressure, but it was released just 3 minutes later, thanks to Hilmar Chester of Supernova, who did well to capitalize on the defense efforts to tie the scores. With the scores locked at 1-1, with intensity mounting on both sides, the match took a turn for the worse for Vintage after Orson Sample converted 2 penalty corners for a 3-1 win for Vintage. In the second match, powerhouse Bounty GCC proved too good for Old Fort, disposing of the team in orange and leaving a 7-0 finish on the scorecards. Breaking through defense, Meshach Sargent was the first to score and got good support from Alan Finance. Mark Sargent, Kareem McKenzie, Kevin Spencer, Devin Hooper, and Meshach Sargent all scored goals for Bounty GCC. Matches will continue at St. Stanislaus College Ground every Saturday and Sunday until May 20th. For the HGP Sport, I am Stanford Howard.
Let's turn our attention to Domino's. F&H Printing is on board in this Sunday's Mambo Sports Bar Domino Tournament featuring the best 18 domino teams from across the country. F&H Printing has become the most recent corporate entity to offer support for the Mambo Sports Bar Mark Jumby Wilshire 18-team domino competition. The teams will be playing for cash and silverware, which are already secured, compliments of trophy stall Border Market. A number of top teams have already confirmed their participation with keen competition expected. The winning team will receive $150,000 while second and third place finishers will take home $75,000 and $45,000 respectively along with trophies. This format of the game will use a 4 games 6 sittings in 2-in-1 out system. Double 6 time is 14 hours and entrance fee is $12,000 per team. Let's turn our attention to some football news. Clash of the Titans this weekend as pundits predict a large turnout for the final matchup of the Magnum Mash Cup. Samuel Gillis tells us more.
They won their semi-final matchups in contrasting fashion. But make no mistake, they are both offensive-minded teams. And that is why all of the fans are predicting that the Magnum Mash Cup final will be the best seen for some time. Sparta Boss hails from Northeast La Penitence, while Back Circle comes from East Rumvelt environs, a little distance separating the two communities, so bragging rights will be one of the utmost in motivation for both teams. These two teams have the biggest mass following, and it's already been rumored that residents from the respective communities where the two finalists are from are gearing to come out in huge numbers to support their beloved ballers. This is not to say that a lucrative price of $600,000 will not be a preoccupation of the players and respective managements, so the combination of the two scenarios virtually guarantees a riveting finals. Exhibition games will precede the two official engagements. The organizers are also promising plenty of giveaways for the fans, and the venue is the National Gymnasium. For Hgp Sportscast, I am Samuel Gillis.
More football news. The school's Milo Under-18 football competition continues this weekend at the Ministry of Education ground, Carifesta Avenue, with 6 games. On Saturday, Charlestown Secondary will do battle with Tutorial High in the first match, while Iflot Secondary will take on Golden Grove Secondary, set for 13:45 hours, and just after, Friendship Secondary comes up against St. John's College at 15:30 hours. On Sunday, Virgin Union takes on Tuckville at 12 hours, and at 13:45 hours, Powerhouse Christianburg Secondary will battle Ansgrove, while St. Cuthbert's Mission goes up against Cummings Lodge. And finally, in sport this evening, cricket news. Barbados at stumps on the second day at Providence has reached 228 for 6, batting a second time against the Guyana Jaguars, a lead of 103 runs. Batting first, Barbados was skittled out for 76 in just 30 overs, while Guyana were bowled out for 201. Individual figures: batting for Barbados, Shane Mosley 64, Jonathan Carter 47, and Shamar Brooks 44. Bowling for Guyana, Raymond Reefer took 5 for 20 in the first innings and 2 in the second innings so far, and got good support from Versami Pamal, who took 2 for 56 going into day 3. In the meantime, the 5th and final one-day international West Indies and England will be played tomorrow. Will the series end even Steven, or will England win the series? We'll have to wait and see. That has brought us to the end of our Sportscast for this evening. Do remember, say yes to life, yes to sport, and no to drugs. Good night.